please, board. All right, Miss Grant, you are friends with Taylor Jennings, correct?
Yes.
And you felt the need to lie to your friend?
I'm better friends with Chris. Taylor has always been very ambitious with her academic goals. And she has always been very competitive with Chris in even the smallest thing. So to me, it was a little upsetting to see Taylor, who claims to be a friend of Chris, act that way.
And so that's a yes, you lied to Taylor Jennings.
Yes.
All right. Now, you sit in the back of the room in your chemistry class, correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. And the desks of Taylor Jennings and Chris Hall are next to each other, correct?
Yes, they are.
All right. And students were moving about the room on that day?
During the lab, not at the beginning of class.
Okay. And you even described yourself that it was chaos.
Not in the morning. During, when we first arrived, it wasn't. During the lab, when we actually started to move up to the lab tables, it was.
All right, and Taylor Jennings, whenever she suspiciously went over to her backpack, this was during the lab?
Yes, it was during the lab, and it seemed very strange to me because Taylor, who has always tried to do the best she can in school, was wasting time by leaving her lab and going to her desk.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but why was it not strange for all these other students you just testified were going to their backpacks? Why was it not strange for them to be going to their backpacks?
It wasn't strange because nobody else sat down and then proceeded to kneel in between two desks and then started to put something in it very suspiciously.
All right, and so somehow, even though it was chaos in the classroom during that day, and many students were going to their desks, somehow it was still suspicious of Taylor Jennings to go to her own desk?
Well, don't you think that it's suspicious that somebody would go, sit down, wait a little bit, kneel between two desks, put something in a backpack, and then leave?
All right, let's get on that. Your Honor, could I replace this demonstrative with the prosecution's own one?
Sure.
Is it an enlargement of the same exhibit?
Yes, it is. Yep. All right.
May I move to see the exhibit again?
Of course.
So there was a strong glare in the room that day, correct?
It was a very little bit of a glare, not very much.
I mean, I believe you testified to the fact that it was a glare that basically made your vision not as well as it could have been.
There was a bit of a glare that day.
Okay, well, let's draw some glare on this window. So, got some glare going on, correct? In that window? All right. Now, you previously stated that you were in this desk, correct?
Yes, it was.
All right, now, how were you experiencing glare if your back was turned to the window?
I was standing up, actually, looking at the periodic table, which is above the blackboard.
All right, now let's get on that. The periodic table, it's about, like, right there, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, and you were looking at a specific element of carbon?
Yes. Oh, I was looking for it.
All right, and isn't carbon on the right side of the periodic table about, like, here?
Yes, it is.
All right, and, once again, you saw out of the corner of your eye Taylor Jennings get up?
I saw Taylor get up and walk to her desk.
All right, so let's draw your line of sight. It's about from here all the way over there. And Taylor Jennings is sitting here, correct?
Taylor was supposed to be there, but Taylor wasn't. Taylor was walking across the room to her desk.
Well, before she got up, she was sitting there, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so here's Taylor. So you mean to tell me that you were completely turned away from Taylor Jennings and somehow still managed to see her get up from her desk?
Right now, I can tell you what the timekeepers are doing, and she is not in my sight, in my line of vision.
So then how did you see Taylor Jennings get up?
I saw Taylor get up. Taylor started to move. As I was looking for carbon, I saw Taylor keep walking towards her desk. When I turned around to sit back down at my chair, Taylor was sitting at her desk, and she sat down, and then she proceeded to kneel between the two desks and put something into the backpack.
All right, so the route that Taylor Jennings took was roughly that?
Roughly.
All right, and so once again, it appears that you're completely turned around from Taylor Jennings walking. Once again, how did you see her walking? if you're facing the complete 180 opposite way.
As I said, right now I'm looking at the jury members, and I can see what's going on with the timekeepers. It's not that difficult to see to notice what's going around you, especially when somebody's walking from where they're supposed to be to someplace they're not even supposed to be at.
Right. Your Honor, is it all right if the witness could stand up and turn around?
Does your attorney have any objection?
Objection on what the purpose is and reasoning for it.
I mean, I'm just trying to establish the realms of her eyesight abilities.
Do you have any objection to that?
No objections.
You can feel free to re-object as you continue, but at this point the witness can stand up.
Could you please rise and turn to face the other wall?
Okay.
What number am I holding up with my hand?
Counsel, I can't see directly behind. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. I can't see what you do directly behind me.
All right, that's fine enough. Please sit down. So once again, you were completely turned around?
I wasn't completely turned around.
So now you're changing statements. Were you
No,
not?
I never said that I was staring straight towards the board. I said that I was looking at the chart.
Okay, which is right here.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you wear corrective lenses, correct?
Yes, I do.
And you had goggles on?
Yes.
And these were less than perfect?
Yes.
All right, and would goggles kind of further block your peripheral vision if they're full wraparound ones?
If they were full wraparound ones, I never said that's what I had.
Okay, and both the ones that you did have, they were very scratched up and grimy and dirty?
They had a scratch here and there.
All right. Now, from your point right here, you were able to see all across the classroom, taking into account the glare, and you were still able to see Taylor Jennings specifically access Chris Hall's backpack?
I never said which backpack it was, but there wasn't much of a glare, and I saw Taylor sit at a desk, kneel in between two backpacks, and put something that resembled this object into a backpack.
So, you couldn't even tell which backpack it was?
I can't, no.
All right. And then once again, you couldn't even tell if they were retrieving or placing something in the backpack?
Taylor was definitely putting something into the backpack.
All right, and why did you not report this to the Lee Devaney?
As I said, at that time, I didn't know what was going on. It just seemed very strange to me that Taylor was leaving her work area.
No further questions. Thank you.